everybody. My name's Heather. If you're new here, welcome back to my channel. I'm going on my birthday trip and I haven't necessarily had a bad week, but I've had just the longest week ever. Like, so much has been happening on like the behind the scenes of me making content. I have special edition books coming out, so I've been like figuring out more logistics about that. Phineas has had to go to the vet. Like, things have just been like all over the place this week, and I'm so excited. My birthday is this next week and I'm going to Mexico with Georgia. This is our first vacation we've ever been on, just the two of us, and I'm just gonna be reading and drinking margaritas. I thought I would bring you guys along on what I'm reading while I'm on vacation, so that is what this video is going to be. Read with me while on vacation. I don't know how fast I'm gonna be reading on vacation, but in my head, I'm convinced that I can read 4 books. Maybe not, it'll probably like be 3, but I'm like, I could blaze through some books if I'm only drinking margaritas and sitting on the beach. Like, what else am I gonna do? The books that are on my radar that I want to read over the next week are the last 3 books in the Natural series and Bride. For some reason, it's dire that I start or read all of these. This is what I'm hyper fixating on, so I am packing 4 books for vacation. Half the fucking carry-on is books at the moment. To go in my like my like bag that's gonna go under the seat in front of me on the airplane, I'm gonna go ahead and put the second book in the Natural series, Killer Instinct. This is what I'm planning on starting tomorrow morning. Our flight is at 7:30 a.m. and we're get to the airport early type of people, so I feel like we'll probably get to the airport at like 5:45, and I might get started reading before, or I might just get started reading on the plane. Regardless, I'm planning to start this book tomorrow. I'm putting this book in my book sleeve that my friend Emily made for me last year, and this is going in my bag. And then in my suitcase, I need to fit this one in here. This one's so thick. Right now in my suitcase, I put the 3rd book in the Natural series, and I'm also packing Bride because I'm in the fall mood. I am going to the beach, and you would think I would want to read like a summery book. No, I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for fall. August in my brain is fall. We probably should have done this trip in July so I could have like felt the summer vibes, but I'm ready for some werewolf fall-esque books. So here we are, packing this. Then we have the 3rd book in the Natural series, and then we have the 4th book in the Natural series. I had squeezed these 2 already in here in the perfect spot. I don't quite know where I'm gonna squeeze this, and honestly, with me seeing how thick this one is, I'm trying to think if I should even bring it. I don't think I'm gonna pack this, actually. So we're bringing 3 books. I'm also bringing my Kindle. I don't have any books downloaded on my Kindle at the moment. I need to like go through and figure out what I even would download on this, because I feel like if I'm going to the beach, I'm gonna need a Kindle book. So if I'm not wanting to hold a physical book, or I'm wanting to prop this up with my Kindle clicker, I need to have something ready to go. Oh, never mind. I have people watching on here. Mexico. We had a bit of a long travel day earlier, and I read an entire book. It was a very short book, but I did read an entire book. I forgot to mention that I had an audiobook as well, Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. I started that book earlier this week and got like 30 minutes into it, and when we were on our second flight, I was like, wait a minute, I have this audiobook, let me listen to it, and I finished the entire thing. It is about 2 gamers. The MMC, like every other Ali Hazelwood MMC, is absolutely obsessed with the girl, but she thinks he hates her. It's very classic Ali Hazelwood, and I believe it's just on audio. Like, there's not a physical or e-copy out for it. I didn't really read much of this book. I was so tired by our second flight. I just needed to like lay there and close my eyes, but I also wanted to listen to something, and I didn't have anything else downloaded. So first book done. I listened to it on like 1.5 speed, and it went by so fast. It was just so giggly and fun. Ali needs to write another book with 2 gamers that's like a full-size book and not like novella size, because I love the idea of both of them being like gamer nerds. It was really cute. I am going to continue reading Killer Instincts. I only got like 20 pages into the book earlier. I didn't really read too much of it. If you watched my last vlog, you know how much I loved the first book in this series. The Naturals was so freaking good, and I'm just really liking YA at the moment. I'm eating it up. Before we continue with today's vlog, I do want to quickly thank the sponsor, which is Viaim. These are the open note earbuds. They're wireless, super comfortable, and designed for all day wear. They can hold a charge for 19 hours, 53 hours with the charging case they come with, and they're sweat and water resistant, which is perfect because I'm about to go to the gym. Some of their really cool features are their flash recording. You can record live, phone calls, and audio and video recording. You can either start recording on the app by clicking the record button and choosing which type of recording you're going to be doing, or you can press the sensing area on your earbuds and it'll start recording. This is perfect for meetings or if you're in a class, and then you can come back to it and review what was said. There's also real-time transcription and translation for up to 16 languages, which again can be very helpful for a meeting or a class, so you can come back to what was said and go through it. And lastly, their AI allows for extraction of to-do list and a summary from the recorded content. So after what was said, you can have them like create a to-do list for you or summarize the meeting or the class or whatever you recorded. If you guys want to get started with Viaim today, you can click the link that will be in the description bar down below and get yourself a pair of these super comfortable and super helpful open note earbuds. The AC is blasting, and also George is about to take a shower, so I'm hoping you can hear me. I have a microphone like right in front of me, but if you can't or if it's a little weird, regardless, I'm gonna put little captions here. I hope the audio was okay though. We spent all morning at the beach. Yesterday, I got the book wet. First day here, and I already got the book wet. I know I can't be trusted with paperback books next to the water. It's because I laid it on my chest. I wasn't even like in the water or anything. There was no water involved except my bikini top was wet. I'm 173 pages into this book. I can't tell you too much about the plot line of it because it will spoil a couple details from the first book. So some of the things that I want to tell you, I feel like it'll spoil some of the like, oh my God moments from the first book. What I will say about this is there's another killer. There's a copycat killer. He is involved with the kids in some way. There's like a connection to at least one of the teenagers, and there was a connection with the killer and one of the teenagers in the first book. So I feel like that might be a theme that Jennifer does throughout this entire series. I had like a full-on gasp moment when we were at the beach earlier because one of the agents has like a brand on them and was involved in a serial killer from long ago, and Georgia was sleeping right next to me and she was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh. It's just really good. In like the first one, it's very easy to read. There is a little bit more drama in this one between the characters. I know that shower is so loud now, so I'm gonna go keep reading this. We're just gonna hang out in the room for a couple hours, so I'm gonna try and get to at least page 200.
This is how we tell you I'm loaded and then we can go put ourselves.
Are you secretly rich?
Secretly rich.
Happy birthday, partner. $1 million?
Yes. Good morning. I just finished Killer Instincts this morning. I read a lot of it at the beach yesterday, and I wanted to talk to you about it while I was at the beach and like show you my reactions and my gasp, because so many of the plot twists have just been like, literally I've audibly been on my beach chair like, oh my gosh. But they are bumping music at the beach club for this resort, like bumping. Imagine this playing, and I'm just like, guys, gasp, plot twist, someone died. First book of the video done. I think I'm gonna give Killer Instincts 4 stars. I actually liked the first book, The Naturals, more than I liked this one. For some reason, I felt like the stakes were a little bit higher. I was worried going into the series that the characters would only be dealing with cold cases for some reason. So I do like that they're actually dealing with live cases. Is that the right word? Not live cases. They're dealing with things that are actually happening. The killer is right there, out there, actively killing, and they're trying to get him. I'm not gonna read the one that comes after this just yet because I really would love to read Bride. Is reading Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, which is the Twilight book from Edward's point of view, and I'm reading Bride, and there's something to be said about both of us reading vampire werewolf romance books on the beach in Tulum. This man stopped by and brought me a bottle of champagne for my birthday, which is so kind, and he also brought me a cake. Hold on, let me show you. It says happy birthday. And I'm about to eat it now. Georgia, she's down at the pool waiting for me. If you're watching this, I ate the cake by myself. I don't know why I was nervous to start Bride, because I was sitting at the beach and I was literally like nervous to start. It took me probably like an hour before I finally started the freaking book, because I was sitting there like, wow, what if I don't like this book as much as I loved it the first time that I read it? Because I loved it so much the very first time that I read Bride. It meant so much to me. And yeah, next thing you know, I'm 67 pages through the book, and I had no reason to be worried. I absolutely loved it. If anything, I'm able to notice from the very beginning of this things that I didn't notice the first time that I read this book. Like, I'm already noticing Lo and like how much he's a little bit like drawn to her, and some of the things, well, less of that and more of like I'm noticing the unsaid things from him at the beginning that I wasn't the first time that I read this book. Like the first time that I read this book, I really was like, he don't give a shit about her. Like, he don't care. When in reality, like, he's like sniffing and she's like, do I smell bad? And he's like, he's giving this. And it's because he's obsessed. It's because he's obsessed, everybody. If you haven't read Bride before, and you also haven't heard me talk about Bride, this is a book by Ali Hazelwood that is a werewolf vampire romance. It gives Omegaverse vibes, but it's not technically Omegaverse. Now, if you want a deep dive on what the Omegaverse is, I'm not the girly for you. I still don't know all the ins and outs and all the details of it. I love it, but I still couldn't actually like map it out for you, so click the link below. I'll put like a video that explains it, or a Reddit thread or something, I don't know. This book gives those vibes, and I love it. We have our main character, Misery, who's a vampire. She's kind of been used as collateral her entire life, collateral for the vampires in different ways. There's vampires, humans, werewolves. They all kind of hate each other. So she was like used as collateral with the humans to keep her over there. So if like the vampires ever did anything wrong, they would kill her. We have Lo, who is the alpha of the werewolf pack, and they end up getting married to form an alliance between the werewolves and the vampires, and she has to go live with him for a year as like a, we tied the knot, see, vampires are safe around werewolves. It gives this front of vampires are safe in the presence of werewolves. Are they really? No, not really. They've gotten married. They get married at the very beginning of this book, and I'm at the part where she is getting shown around his property, and she's also being told a bunch of these rules that she has to abide by while she's there, because werewolves that are there and that will be coming in and out of Lo's house do not trust Misery at all. At all. It's a very typical arranged marriage is that the right word? Not arranged marriage. Marriage of convenience. Marriage of convenience. Very typical marriage of convenience. They will slowly form a bond. They will slowly fall in love, even though Lo is like, he kind of knew. Like, he kind of knew from the beginning, from the moment he met her and smelled her, from the moment he had one of these numbers at the very beginning of the book. But he's going to, like, stay back for a little bit. And then we're going to slowly get drops of Lo. I haven't gotten enough of him yet. I miss him. I also can't wait for this scene. This is a picture from my Owl Crate Special Edition, and it means so much to me. They're sleeping in the closet, cuddled up. They put a little thing on the outside of my door that says happy birthday. Why are they so kind? Why are they literally so kind? I love everybody who works here. I want to be their besties. And also hear all the drama that they have about the people who come here. Voila. Happy birthday. There are like 4 different pools on site. And we're gonna go to the middle one, which is like a swim up bar at this one, which is kind of fun. And then they have a beach club that they drive you to, which is separate from this location. We went to the beach club, like I said, this morning, and then they like bring you on a truck there and back. This is my first time ever going to an all-inclusive resort, and I don't know how I feel about it because I feel the need to eat way more than I do and drink way more than I do, because I'm like, we gotta get our money's worth. You know, there's been so many my wives, there's been so many mines. I'm just like, I recently re-ranked my Allie Hazelwood books on TikTok, or I ranked my top 5 Allie Hazelwood books, and I rudely put this at like 4th or 5th. That was really rude of me, because now that I'm doing a reread of it, I think it might actually be first. I think this might actually be my favorite Allie Hazelwood book. Re-ranked them. I put Problematic Summer Romance as my first. You still haven't read that one. And then I put Deep End second. And then I put The Love Hypothesis third. This one 4th. Love Theoretically 5th. But I think at the moment it's going to be Bride. and then Problematic Summer Romance because he's Irish and older. And then probably The Love Hypothesis, then Deep End, then Love Theoretically. Briefly mention how much you're loving your book. She's reading Midnight Sun.
I'm in my rereading era.
We're both in our rereading era.
I think this is the 6th book in a row that has been a reread for me. And
she loves it.
All good.
We're good.
Thank you. Midnight Sun, eating. The first 40 pages. Eating down. Taylor, that's for you. Eat down like the plate. And the first 40 pages of Midnight Sun, it's literally Edward trying not to kill Bella because her scent is so good. And then he has to have a family powwow to decide if he's going to kill her or let her live. And I'm 119 pages in, and it's just constant yearning.
Before this, she finished Mile High. Wasn't it Mile High?
Also reread Mile High. It is so good.
That's her favorite book of the series, of the Windy City series, which can't relate because that's my least favorite of the Windy City series. I just read Rewind It Back. You haven't watched that video yet, but in the video that I just put out, like right when we got here, I read Rewind It Back and I ranked the Windy City series for them, or like all the books, and Mile High was literally last. So for you to tell me like 2 days ago when you finished it that it was your favorite, I was actually like, wait, what? No. Not happening. I'm planning to read Bride for the rest of the night. The mosquitoes were getting me outside. So I'm back in the room. We leave tomorrow. And my plans for the rest of the night are to read as much of this book as I can. But also, I've been thinking, like, do I want to finish it tonight? Because what am I going to read on the plane tomorrow? Which I could start all in. But this book is so motherfucking good. And I was going to say not to be dramatic, but you guys are used to me being a little bit dramatic, but I feel like this garners dramatization. Let me be dramatic. This book is so fucking good. It's so good. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Literally the beginning of chapter 22, she makes him want to draw again. He drew a picture of her. She went sneaking in his room at the beginning of this book, and she found a picture of her that he drew. Because he used to be like an architect or whatever, and he likes to draw. And she makes him want to draw again. I love them. I really, 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 really would love to get my hands on an early copy of Mate, the second book. I don't know if it's technically called like an interconnected series, but this is a book that follows characters from Bride. If you have a plug to this book, please hit me the fuck up. Seriously. I'm looking for a plug. When I got to the beach this morning, I started on chapter 8 or something, which is like page 104. And yeah, started like right there. And I read that much. We weren't even at the beach for that long. I just couldn't put it down. And we have to take like like a little bus to the beach. And book's so good, I read it on the bus. And we're like bouncing up and down like this. And I'm over there like, oh my God, what did Lo say? Oh my God. I totally forgot that there is a scene in this book when Misery gets like hurt or sick. And then he goes into my favorite MMC mode where he like will destroy anybody in his path to make sure she's okay. And he would kill literally anybody who hurts her. And I love them. And I love them. I ordered a bunch of these face masks. These have currently been my favorites. My skin has been through the ringer this week. It has. I really haven't been getting too much sun. Like, I have a little bit of a tan line, but I'm not really like a lay out in the sun type of person, especially when I'm reading. Like, if I start sweating, I'm like, no. And my go-to thing at the beach is to read, not to like nap or anything. So since I've been reading, I've been spending a lot more time in the shade. So I didn't get too much crazy sun. And I wore my sunscreen, but my face is a little bit dry. So I'm glad that I packed this face mask to wear tonight. And hopefully I'll be good as new tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. I'm at the airport in Tulum. Thought I would go ahead and close out this video here because I don't really plan to read and the trip has come to an end. We are flying out here in the next hour back to Memphis. We are flying to Atlanta and then Atlanta to Memphis. It looks like it's about to storm behind me, so I'm hoping our flight takes off. But also, like, now seeing this storm, I'm very thankful that we had really good weather while here. The weather was perfect. It was so nice. Just finished my third book, Bride, last night. I stayed up till like 12 o'clock finishing that book, and I gave it 5 stars. At the moment, I want to say it's my favorite book, but then after thinking about it this morning, I think that every book of Allie's that I'm reading this year becomes my favorite book of hers because they're all just really hitting, and I'm very much in like an Allie Hazelwood mood. So at the moment, Bride's my favorite, but I am about to do a reread of Love on the Brain, so who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind because after I finished the Love Hypothesis reread a couple weeks ago, that moved to like up in the ranks. I don't know. These are my top 5. I love all of these pretty much equally. Bride really hit because despite me being at the beach, I'm ready for fall. Like the moment I land back in Tennessee, Practical Magic is going on my TV and it is fall for me. So that made me love it even more. I love Lo. I love Misery. I can't wait for Mate to read about. I already forgot the characters' names, but the werewolves who are mates. Can't wait to read about them. I don't plan to read on my flight on the way home. The only other book that I have that I haven't read yet is All In, and it's in my suitcase. I have my Kindle in my carry-on bag. So if I change my mind and end up wanting to read, I might start People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm 5 episodes in, got 5 episodes in on the way here, and I have, I think, 8 more episodes downloaded. I think I'm just going to kick back, relax, and watch this. So that is it for this reading on vacation video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love Mexico. I love this trip. It was such a fun birthday trip. And yeah, I just love the culture of Mexico, love the people here. Can't wait to come back. If anything, it just made me want to keep practicing my Spanish more because I just love it so much. Love you, Mexico, and love you guys. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.